I can't even believe this, you guys. I just, the nerve of some people, it amazes me. RV lady, okay, freaking RV lady calls me and she says her toilet's busted and she expects me to fix it for her. Let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that. And mind you, you guys, this is not the first issue that I have had. If you guys are signed up to my Patreon, hello, patreon.com/hotshotadventures. The $5 tier is full up now. You got to spend $10 a month. You're going to watch all the videos. There's all the tutorials. I go over every freaking load board. You get all access to Natalie. You can talk to me, you can message me all the time, and I go over a lot of a couple of other things that have happened, because if nobody else is covering this on YouTube, you guys, this stuff happens. Little claims happen, little reports of damage happen, boo-boos happen that we actually do, and it's like, oh my god, how do I fix this? How do I deal with it? I go over all of that stuff on Patreon. I got so many messages, you guys, about the sway bar. Yes, you're right. I know what a sway bar is. I've hauled RVs personally before when we go on hunting trips or whatever. But I'm not an RV hauler, okay? And after this whole friggin' experience, I'll probably never ever do this again. And no, I don't have a $400 sway bar system, you know, tucked into my truck somewhere. No, I didn't have that. So I took it easy. I took it slow. It was one RV, you guys. No, I'm not an RV hauler, so I don't carry that equipment on me. But yes, I do know what they are, and thank you very much for your comments. But no, I'm probably not ever going to do this again, and I'm probably not ever going to buy a sway bar system again, system at all, because this is just not for me. No, it's not for me. So this is one that I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this lady. I'm mad, and then I'm not mad. Like, I'm not really that mad, but it doesn't surprise me, because people will see a vehicle like this, a commercial vehicle, whether you're non-CDL, CDL, whether you only run in that state, you know, they see it as a payday. And I really feel like that's what this lady is doing. And it's really unfortunate for somebody like me. I try to do everything right. I try to give my, 200%. I try to be proactive with my communication and treat every customer the same. Even though she was only paying me $1 a mile, I still, had really good communication with her. I explained to her what her trailer felt like. I explained to her that it was bumpy, and I explained to her that I was going slow. And she had a slight light issue. Like when I would hit the brakes, the running light, the brake lights would go on, but the running lights would go off. So I explained that to her, and I told her, look, if I have to drive at night, then I am going to get your trailer repaired, and you are going to pay not only that bill, but you are going to pay me for my time and having to fix this thing for you. Well, it turned out I was able to Mickey Mouse fix it for her. I didn't charge her anything for that, not for my time or my expertise in trailer repair. I dropped off the trailer. It was flawless. She sent me the money via Zelle. Super easy. $1,400. No tip. Thank you very much. That's okay. Lexi and I proceed on with our day. And I guess I look like a lady that, I mean, I certainly don't dress or act as if I have a lot of money, but maybe I did look like a payday to her. It's really unfortunate. I'm traveling to California to pick up a trailer that has cost me money and lost me money over the last 2 months. And I just hauled her little trailer in order to get me from point A to point B. And I'm with my daughter, I'm with my daughter, and I don't know, maybe she saw a payday. I don't know. But yesterday we dropped it off, the day before yesterday we dropped it off, and then yesterday afternoon she texts me and says, oh, I hooked everything up on my trailer and everything's all hooked up right, but my toilet is leaking, the gasket is broken or some shit, and my toilet is leaking. It's leaking all over the floor, and it's my understanding that your insurance will cover this. And I'm like, what? I texted her, I was driving. I text her really quick, and then I text her again. I was like, this is a joke, right? Like, this is funny. You think I'm gonna pay for your freaking trailer? No. And then I just ended up calling her. I said, hey, what's up? What's up, customer lady? She's like, well, I hooked everything up. I hooked it all up. And something's wrong, something's wrong with the toilet, it's leaking water. And I tried to put duct tape or some shit. Like, duct tape does not work on water, okay? Let that be a lesson to you. You don't duct tape a fucking boat and expect it's gonna float. No, it's still gonna leak. Water is still gonna leak through duct tape, okay? She did tried to do a Mickey Mouse trailer RV repair, and it didn't work, so she thought she would reach out to me and see if I'll front the bill. And I told her, first of all, my insurance is not gonna cover it. And no, my insurance is not gonna cover it. It will cover damages in transit to the exterior of the RV. That means if I hit a tree, if there was a low-hanging branch, if there was some exterior damage to something by me hitting it, something that happens inside her RV during transit is not my responsibility, okay? And I explained that to her. Again, something that happens inside your car when you're getting your car transported, if that's the bumpiness of the road, if that's, something that you left in there that banged around on the car, on your trailer, that was in your car, on my trailer during transit, then that's, sorry, you should have been more careful, or you should have been more mindful. She hauled, and I also explained to this customer, I said, look, you had me haul your 18-year-old RV halfway across the country, 1,400 miles. I said, that's halfway across the country. I did it expedited in 2 days. I did it with, uneven weight disbursement. and I was going slow because this thing was not, whether that's the way they built them in 2005 with the axle set really far forward. I don't know, or if this was another thing that I brought up to her. I said, look, it was completely locked up. I didn't have access to the interior, which I understand. You want to leave it locked up? Okay, fine. But I didn't have access to the interior. How can I be responsible for something that you say was working in Texas and now it is no longer working? That's a leak. That's plumbing issues. That could have happened if I would have hauled the trailer, if her buddy would have hauled the trailer, which her buddy didn't want to haul her trailer to Arizona because he said he didn't feel comfortable hauling her trailer to Arizona. And it wasn't because he couldn't do it. And it wasn't because he didn't have the right truck. It was because probably it's an old trailer. And, he probably already knew what kind of buddy he had. And, and this lady is behaving the way that she did. So I gave her a lot of information, a lot of things to think about. And she was, at the end, she was crying to me. She was crying to me on the phone. And I feel very bad. I feel very bad that she's 65 years old and she has to go live in an RV park in Yuma, and that her family is not taking care of her better. But those are her choices. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility was to pick up an RV in Texas, drop off an RV in Yuma. We did a walk around. I disconnected it for her. I put everything away. I had her sign. That's another thing. I said, you signed off on my BOL that says you received everything in good working order, period. You already signed the document. You already paid for it. If you have a plumbing problem, call an RV repair place and be done with it. But we have to fight. This is, like I'm telling you guys, this is your baby. This is your business. You're not going to just let somebody run you over. Like, I will flip this like any woman, like any mama bear fighting for her babies, right? I flip at the drop of a dime. No problem. I am so nice and loving and sweet and smiling, and then boom, you know what? You get the bull. And that truly is how it is. That truly is how it is sometimes. And I feel very sad, I feel bad for the lady, but that doesn't mean I'm going to front her plumbing bill. It doesn't. And if she didn't feel comfortable, for her to say something like, well, I hired you because I knew you were insured. But that doesn't mean that the insurance is going to cover, an 18-year-old RV that she chose to ship half a country away. And I really hope, I told her, no, my insurance is not going to cover anything like this. My insurance covers XYZ. And I certainly hope right now, I'm like 2 or 3 months before my insurance renewal. And that's another thing we have to take into account is, this could screw something up all for $1,400. It's like, you never know which load is going to be the load that screws you up, and I'm mad. I am upset. I was upset when I got the call. Of course, I called my mother and told her all about it, and we talked shit. And then, you know what? You just got to leave it alone. You got to shake it off. You got to not worry about it. If I get a letter from my insurance company, I will gladly hire a lawyer and tack on the lawyer fees to whatever we end up, whatever it is, because I'm not going to pay for this lady's plumbing problem. Like, this lady must be out of her mind. I will fight tooth and nail, even if it costs me out of pocket, because right is right. And as a commercial carrier, you know, my insurance is already ridiculously high, and it's high because of people like this that are constantly throwing little claims, you know, making you know, just seeing us commercial carriers as a payday. And it's really sad. And I will do my part when these things come across my plate. I will do my part to fight it off and to protect my company, protect my baby, protect my guys, all of my trucks, and try to ensure that I protect my insurance and my safety rating. You know, it's really unfortunate, you guys, and take it with a grain of salt. You know, that's why there's a lot of hotshotters out here that are, you know, that are not running legally, because it costs a lot of money to run legally. It costs a lot of money. There's a lot of red tape, and there's a lot of risk involved. And right now, you know, so the market is not the greatest. It's not the greatest. I have to be really picky and really choosy about the loads that I take. Right now, it takes me a lot longer to dispatch people. I have to fight on the load boards. I have to call. I have a lot of calls that I make, and it can be exhausting. And for something like this to happen, to where it's like, man, you know, look at it like this. I have $1,000 deductible on my commercial policy, right? Okay. If I made $1,400 on her stupid RV, but I have to pay out a claim and pay $1,000 deductible, like, I should have just bobtailed, right? I should have just bobtailed, and then Lexi and I could stop wherever we wanted to stop. We would have no trailer. We don't have no sway bullshit. And it's really unfortunate. I'll keep you guys posted and let you know what happens with this whole situation. I'll let you know if she ends up trying to go after my insurance for her little plumbing problem. We'll just have to see. You guys be safe. I'll talk to you guys soon.